The world order, as we know it, has now gone. Never again will we be able to see a global balance, the world understanding that there is a particular way of behaving, a way which represents the individual rights and which governs with empathy and understanding. Those days are gone. We now have governments who will see the opportunity to take advantage of any other weaker country whenever they can by simply trying to remove that person that they dislike, namely the president, the prime minister, whoever it might be. The days whereby we'll be able to sit back and think, oh, well, maybe governments will do the right thing. Maybe governments will respect the sovereignty that other countries have. Those days are gone. And there is a similarity between the Venezuelan president and the United States president. Both are in this business to ingratiate themselves. Both are have a design to rule by fear. Both are corrupt. They have similarities. They have some characteristics that are so alike that we need to identify them and understand that this is who these two men are. Now, I'm here to tell you that this is a time in which all of us should be afraid. That at this particular moment, it is likely that the United States is contemplating taking over Cuba. They're also looking at Greenland, and the Danish and the European Union will not be too happy about that. And then, of course, there's Canada. There's also Mexico and Colombia and other countries in Southern America that are also fearful that whatever the government is doing in the United States in regard to Venezuela will also happen to them. But my other concern is that world leaders haven't made the stand that they need to make. There's an article, in fact, in the Guardian, which highlights this very fact, and we need to note. Labor wants to set out the facts before passing judgment on Trump's capture of Maduro. The reality is, we know the facts. We know it was wrong. We know that Maduro is a terrible individual. But does that make it right? National leader David Littleproud warns against prolonged Iraq-style operations in Venezuela as Green Senator David Shoebridge raises concerns about Trump's intervention. The Australian government said it is waiting for the US to set out the facts on the operation to capture the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, before passing judgment. The Labor ministers, Jim Chalmers and Tim Ayres, on Monday stressed the importance of international law after the US military intervention. But this is the problem. But when asked whether the extraordinary operation ordered by President Donald Trump to extract Maduro and his wife and take them to the US to face charges of involvement in narco-terrorism, breached the United Nations Charter, Ayres said the Albanese government were focused on establishing the facts here and gathering evidence about what has occurred. It is for the United States to make out the argument here and to set out the facts, as the industry minister said on Radio National. This is very early in the series of events, of course, and we are, as a government, working carefully to establish the facts. The facts are that the United States have crossed the line. They've done it many, many times before in the past. They've now done it again. And we, as a nation, should make a stand. We should do what we can to extract ourselves from the AUKUS agreement so that we're not paying billions and billions of dollars to this corrupt government. Who knows how that money is being used? We need to make a stand because as a country, we need to make sure that we are independent of the strings that are attached to the United States, that we need to govern ourselves militarily, financially, economically. These are issues which matter to Australian people, and we should ensure that we are looking after our interests and that our interests are no longer tied to the United States. It's important that we understand these facts, and it's important that we do something about it by making statements which clearly state where we stand in relation to what the United States is doing, because it will not stop here. The writing's on the wall, we know what's coming, and whatever is coming will eventually affect us. So let's make a stand now. Let me know what you think about us making a stand against what's happened in Venezuela, and whether or not you believe that it might happen here as well in terms of at least economically affecting us. Let us know what you think. Remember to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for further notifications. Take care.